Good afternoon, drivers and race fans. Welcome to the BNR I gotta fix this 1 second, hold on. There you go. My apologies. But welcome to the BNR Truck Series race number 2 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. As these drivers take on 135 laps here tonight. Question is, can they go green all the way, or can they not? Tune in tonight and find out with all the action packed trucks. A lot of great drivers out here, a lot of strong competitors. As you see there, Baker on the top, Zach Deuscher second, Philip Bridgman looking across the line, P2, as Joe is, Randy's sitting on top right now. As we'll go through a little bit of the race day information here. As we see here, BNR Truck Series goes to hot Atlanta for 208 miles here tonight. Current weather is 86 degrees Fahrenheit, 47% humidity, partly cloudy with an 8 mile per hour wind. They do get 80% fuel, 4 sets of tires, 135 laps, which is 201 miles. They get 1 quick fix and 3 attempts at a green-white checkered. Their comp caution B at the end of lap, at the end of lap 50 coming to 51. You see there Zach Deuscher sits on top of the board at the moment. Like I said, as we head to race 2. As James Bryan sits P6. Richard John's currently out there. I'm going to give you guys a show of what the points look like after last week when they ran at Richmond. So, here's what that looks like. And that will be that. As you see there, father and son P3 and P4. As Richard comes to take his last lap here. I see him hug that bottom lane there. And as he crosses the line. Oof, moves up to P3. What a great qualifying run by Richard there. With the 32.42. Great run tonight, and we'll see if we can talk to your pole sitter real quick. Zach Deuscher, you got a copy?
I do.
Well, you're sitting comfortably on the pole. What's your strategy with sitting on the pole here?
I'm just gonna rock the bottom and hope I got friends.
Yes, it's one of these super speedway tracks compared to one of our favorites, the old Atlanta. This one kind of reminds me of Daytona and Talladega, so I wish the best of luck to you here tonight, sir, on that pole. And that's an additional point for you. Love to see it. So good luck, sir, and have some fun.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. 22 drivers here tonight. As we see Zach Deuscher, Randy Koken, Richard Johns, James Bryan, Dakota Bryant, Joe Stipe, Philip Bridgman, Will Baker, Deion Johnson, Jacob Carter will round out your top 10 here. Wish my other cameras worked, because it probably would have had a better view, but that's okay. As these trucks will follow the pace car off here tonight, off of pit road. As you see them all starting to get tidy there. On the pit as Zach's going to lead them off and follow the pace car. Like like to give a huge shout out to Mad Dog Designs, Mr. Brian Schwartz, on making the paint schemes for selected drivers here tonight. So we'll go ahead and share him the love here. Sorry, Mad Dog Graphics. So he painted that one. Oh, I thought he had that one, but he doesn't. But that's alright. As we get back up to the top here, I like to always give him a shout out, Mr. Brian Schwartz. As Zach Deuscher will come to lead the field to green here tonight. Oh my goodness, I forgot to go over the starting grid. My apologies. You see here, Zach Deuscher leads them off to green here. As Randy Koken hanging on that outside of Zach Deuscher. But James there in the 55. See Richards pulling off. He said, no thank you. I don't want any part doing of that. But Joe Stipe up there. Oh, he got a car in the wall back there. As Randy will lead that lap there. Take that away from Zach. Let's see Philip Bridgman pushing his teammate Zach Deuscher to take that P2 away from Randy, and Deuscher will lead that one. Oh, as Jacob Carter goes around there. First caution of the night. Oof. Let's see what caused that one. So it says Tyler Myers did go off track, but okay, so that had a lot to do with Jacob Carter. So we'll go back and see. So Matthew Hunsaker hit the wall there. Jacob couldn't avoid that one. And unfortunately Jacob was a victim of that deal there. As you see we come in. Very unfortunate, but that is alright. Mistakes do happen. Get it out the way early on there. You see there's Zach Deuscher leading. Under the caution here. With his teammates sitting comfortably P3. Father and son duo P4, P5. And then comes Dion Johnson P6, Will Baker P7, Skylar Sixton P8, P9 will be Josh Small, and then P10 will be Robert Amaro. So, as these trucks will get lined back up here again to take the green flag next time by here. Gotta love this super speedway action. Well, not super speedway. You might as well say that's what the new Atlanta is. I personally prefer the old Atlanta. A little bit more, I think a little bit more talent on my end. Requires you to use a little bit more, a little less throttle when in the turns. This new configuration of Atlanta is pretty much like your Daytona and Talladega, as I said earlier to Zach Deuscher. So it's just pretty much keep your foot down and set sail. As the pace car pulls off, as Zach Deuscher will lead this field to green. And there it is. Zach Deuscher gets the great start. But his teammate on the bottom. Randy hanging strong on the outside. James is behind him. As Dakota hanging comfortably down there on the bottom. I see their drivers pulling out of the lane to fall to the back. As Dion Johnson looks to hang strong on that outside there. And as these drivers know, that red line is out of bounds. They cannot make any passes down there. If they do, they have to give their positions back. I see there Robert Amaro on the outside there. Looking to get by Josh Smalls. As William Baker on the bottom there, as Josh Smalls looking to get by Robert Amaro there for P8. Can't quite get it as he's trying to hang out there, as Josh Small dives back to the outside lane to go ride with Robert Amaro. Joe Stipe is on the outside lane too. Now you got this big line, and what do we do? Do we worry about the cars on the bottom? The problem is with these tracks, you want to make sure you feel comfortable pushing the guy in front of you when it comes down to the last lap ordeal there. As you see there, the Bryans have a great run behind P4, Phillip Bridgman there. So, as these drivers start to get spread out here and lead them all one by one. Now you got these two teammates coming up on Jacob Carter there, which I do believe that's who that is, just coming across the line right now. So, interesting to see how well that goes as James almost gets hooked in the right rear by Robert Amaro there. I see Joe Stipe looking to go back to the outside. Says, excuse me, I'm looking to run the outside lane. As Rincon up there in the top 10, looking to get to the top 5. Oh, and another crash. As the second caution flies here tonight. As we go back and take a look here, I do believe the 49 did wash up and take out the 15 here. As we see, going into, oh, that is a no bueno there. That is for sure. You gotta lift. You can't keep your foot in the gas. So that will be that. So as we see here, we're coming in. He just said, excuse me, I'm coming up to Joe. And that's that. So Richard Johns will get the lucky dog here tonight. So now he would get, oh, there you go. So he will get the wave around this time. As Jacob Carter remains 3 laps down here. Things are heating up out there on track. A little bit early, a little bit too early for me, if you think of it. So that will be that. As the pace lights go off on the pace car, as Dakota will lead this field to green. As father and son sit 1-2. The 2 teammates behind them sit 3 and 4. Then you got Randy and Dion. And then Kyle Gooden behind him, and Josh Small, then Tyler Myers, then Skylar Sixton. As they come to take lap 16 of 135. Silly mistakes early on. Hopefully they can regather themselves as the pace car pulls off. And Dakota will take the start. What a massive run that he got on that start there. As he'll leave his father hanging out, and Philip Bridgman will be caught behind him. As Zach Deuscher gets that pole. Going down the the front stretch there. As see there, Kyle pulls off. He says, I don't want nothing to do with that. I see there Joe just hanging off, as now we got Josh Small, Tyler Myers. Bringing up to the pack of P7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So hopefully they can keep it green and keep it going from here. I see there Dion gets a little squirrely with that back end of that Ford. As Dakota still leads this field, they come take lap 19. As Zach Deuscher will hang out behind Dakota. As James is about to look to get left out. As Philip Bridgman dives down to the bottom lane there. He wants to go where all the momentum is currently at. As Brandon LaHillier hangs strong on the outside there. Running behind James. Jacob Carter, with being 3 laps down, gonna try to get his lap back the hard way, and well, that's if he can get there, that is for sure. So as well, we'll wait to merge up. Awesome job. Cannot just pull up in front of this pack here. As you see, Brandon almost hits that wall there in that 3 Bass Pro Shop Chevy Silverado there. Tyler Myers hanging back a little bit, and Philip Bridgman. Rincon hanging strong after being caught up in that wreck. Moves himself up to the top 10 here tonight. As you're starting to see that bottom lane get a little squirrely with the lift in and having to check up. As Tyler Myers leaving a little gap there, now he closes that gap back up on Philip Bridgman. As you start to see the bobble starting to form on that bottom lane, as Zach Deuscher hangs his nose out a little bit. Oh, as he tries to make the pass going into one. Can't quite get there. Randy Koken takes advantage of it. Now as Zach Deuscher and James looks to get by Dakota there. Can't quite carry that momentum coming out of 4. As Randy's going to look to stick with that 53 of Dakota. As James Bryan is trying to get to the back of that 88 to help him carry that momentum going down the backstretch. As you see there, that little squirrely bobbleness from that 3, getting a little loose in this pack here now as they come up on. Oh! As Brandon hits that wall, but will keep it straight. Keeps her going. He can fall back in line behind Skylar Sixton. Now it's Justin Steves looking to go a lap down as these drivers come up to them. How does he maneuver around them? Well, Justin, oh, sorry, that is Joe Stite. My apologies. as there was no option for James but to let Joe in and let him get that. As you see there, Randy tried to move up in front of Zach Deutscher. Ain't gonna quite get there, but Zach is firmly holding his lane on the outside. Now Zach Deutscher has his teammate Philip Bridgman behind him, as those two are gonna work to get by Dakota and Randy. How much oomph is in that number 4 truck of Philip Bridgman? Can he get Zach around Dakota? Not quite. As they're going to try it again, coming off of turns 3 and 4. As Dakota will lead that lap. As they don't have enough, they don't have a third wheeler to get to the back of that 4. So Zach Deutscher still hanging strong to Dakota there. Isn't gonna let him go anytime quick. Oh, as Zach Deutscher gets a little blinky there in front of Philip, causes Phil to check up a little bit. Good evening, Mr. Stanley. Quite an early start to this race with 2 cautions here tonight. So but now they are doing great. As Philip with the bobble there in turns 3 and 4, getting a little free. As Dakota still leads that lap there, but Zach Deutscher is looking to close that gap and take it away from Dakota. As there was a little scuffle back there, but they look to be all good and dandy. Zach Deutscher just cannot get past Dakota. Doesn't have enough, but Zach Deutscher will lead that lap from Dakota. As Philip Bridgman and Zach Deutscher hanging strong with Dakota and Randy. Oh, as Phil gets the bobble there. But is saved by Phil. Awesome job. That's going to leave Zach Deutscher out to dry. Dion's going to capitalize on it. As Dakota looked to pull Zach, but played a little joke with him and said, that's all right here, I'll give you a little bit of a pull, but not quite. But now Zach Deutscher does have Joe Stipe behind him, James Bryan, and Jacob Carter. Oof. As the third caution flies here tonight. As we come back, oof. So as we saw here, oof. As Josh is stuck up on his hood there. Very unfortunate. A little bobble there will upset these cars, trucks. My apologies. As Richard Johns will come back around and now be 1 lap down. Very intense fill-up, had fell back quite a bit. A lot of trucks heavily damaged inside this ordeal here. But from them, I would come in and fix the damage that I got. Kevin Roy, great to see him here tonight. Throw me for a little curveball here. Always great to see him out there, rocking in the BNR Truck Series, Season 3. Hanging strong. A lot of competition through the field. You never know with these tracks. That is for sure. As they'll line back up here, as Dakota will still be P1. Coming back to the green here. $15 more laps, and that is when they will get their little comp break, or if a caution comes out before that, before lap 50, that will be their stage break. Sorry, comp break. Either one, whatever works, but as you see, the pace car pulls off. Dakota, Randy, Dion, Zach, Kevin Roy, Philip Bridgman. As you saw there, Dion didn't want to hang on the back of that 53 to avoid giving him a penalty there. I see Zach pushing the back of that 48 machine. Now as those two on the bottom. Oh, Zach Deutscher's in the wall there. As Randy is now the lone wolf on the outside. Kevin removes himself from that top, from that middle of that pack there. He says, I am getting out the way. I don't want no part of that mess. But now as we see there's Zach Deutscher looking to run on the outside. Does have Rincon out there with him. As now Zach Deutscher is going to try to get Randy past. Oh, as Randy will lead that lap, that got him an additional point. Randy and Zach hanging strong on that outside as the four of Philip Richmond jumps to the outside lane. As you see there, they get a little squirrely. As Dakota's looking to take that back, but Randy is probably going to lead that lap. Yes, he is. As they take lap 39. Oh, man. Oof. Very unfortunate there. As Dakota its turn there, but I do believe Zach Deuscher did get a little squirrely. Yes, he did. Little net code there. And that comes with the air being taken off of these trucks going that fast. That is for sure. As we come back and watch, comes Zach Deuscher in the city car. See, there's nothing for Zach to do. Got a little loose, and unfortunately, that's what it is. Nothing you can do about that. Now, I do believe that will put Richard Johns back on the lead lap. And we will call this the stage break. So this will be their break here. So unfortunately, Richard will not get the lucky dog, as Randy will lead them down. As George Rincon is going lead this field. So Randy will beat him off. Then Dion, then Philip Bridgman, then Tyler. And Schwartz. Then Josh. Then Kevin. So as you see Kyle Gooden coming down, I do believe that is his name. And as they'll get ready to get re-racked back up to hopefully finish this race. As now Richard is back on the lead lap. As now Rincon is going to lead the field back to green with a little left side damage there, but I believe that will not hurt him. He will control the field back to green. About almost 90 laps left. As the pace car pulls off, Rincon is going to lead the field back to green here. Great start by George there. As Tyler Myers and J.C. Myers Construction Chevy Silverado there. Let's see, Justin pulls out of line. Brian Schwartz. Up there you see Kevin Roy. And that 12 Ford machine. As you see Kevin Gooden and Zach Deuscher in the pits. And Brian Schwartz rocking that BKM number 94 chrome Chevy. I can dig it. Looks fantastic. That's for sure. Yes, he might have gotten too big of a jump, but now Philip Bridgman did take the lead away, but Tyler Myers is on the outside there. Now Philip Bridgman is looking to keep that lap lead, and he does. As Tyler Myers looks to get it back there. As these two hang strong side by side. As Zach Deuscher, Tyler Myers, side by side, duking it out. Randy hanging strong up there on the outside with Tyler Myers. Philip Bridgman still on that inside lane, looking to stick with Dion there. Oh, as you see, Tyler gets a little slip up there and will take that lap away from Philip Bridgman. Philip Bridgman isn't giving Tyler any slack there. As they continue to hang strong. As they come to lap 50. Coming to 51 of 135. As Randy looks to help Tyler get back around Philip Bridgman. You see Richard Johns getting out the way. He says, you boys go ahead. Now Richard Johns is one lap down. So the next caution that will put Richard back on the lead lap. As see there, Skylar Sixton gets a little loose there. As Randy's working with Tyler, Dion's working with Philip Bridgman. I know these two could be the ones to watch. As you see there, these cars are starting to get slipping and sliding all over the place. As now that bottom lane has gotten a steady going, but they lose that momentum. Oh, as Philip looks to get back by Tyler this turn, but I do believe Tyler will get the run coming off there. And he'll lead that lap. Ooh, as Tyler Myers leaves Randy out to dry. Now falls back down as Philip is going to jump to the outside. And Philip Bridgman looks to go back to the inside of Tyler. And takes that lap away from Tyler. Oh, as Skylar gets loose. As Dakota and James are sitting there working their way through the field here tonight. As Philip Bridgman hanging with Dion. Tyler is the lone wolf there. Randy said, that's alright, I'm jumping to the bottom. I remember what you did, so now you can hang out on that outside by yourself. Just as I thought Randy was going to jump back to the outside. As Philip Bridgman still hanging strong. Oh, as they're going to go 3 wide. What a save. They got it. They are all good there. Nowhere for Kyle to go. Tyler forced the issue. Put Kyle in a sticky situation. Now Philip Bridgman, Tyler Myers out in the front there. Oh, as Phil's about to get left out to dry. As these boys go 3 wide. Oof. And that puts Richard back down 2 laps. Oof. Oof. Big crash. That was a huge one. So, wow, that was a lot of trucks. So as we see here, hit the apron. Dion had nowhere to go. He tried checking up and ended up collecting Phillip there. So that's that. Wild run here tonight. So Brian Schwartz is going to be your leader. Let's see if we can pull him into the booth. Mr. Brian, you got a copy?
Yeah, we do. We got a copy.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good.
Well, there's a big one that happened up there in front of you. I see you happen to get through it. I am digging the page screen. Digging the chrome on that Mad Dog graphics. Oh, Chevy Silverado. How's that truck feeling in traffic? And now we'll see how it feels leading the race. Oh, he's there. Alright, we'll get him back up there. As you see there, first time interviewer probably threw him off there, but that's alright. We don't want to distract him. Ooh. 7 trucks on the lead lap. As the pace car pulls off, Brian will lead this field back to green. As he'll get an additional point. As he got his additional point, he said, alright, I'm just gonna let you guys go, and you guys have at it. As Tyler Myers and Phillip Bridgman get to the front, looking to pull away from George Rincon there. As Tyler Myers is going to look to hold Phillip back. But the last time we were here, Phillip ended up coming out on top. So Phillip Bridgman sitting comfortably P2. As Rincon looks to get to the outside of that number 4 Toyota. As they come to lap 66 of 135. Yes, Randy, you were doing good. Unfortunately, silly mistakes from a driver caused that issue to happen, and that's that. Well, this is the last race because we are on our 2-week vacation from the trucks, so nothing to less from that. So yes sir, 200 laps, so we'll have a lot of fun there on Thursday. But as you see there, Philip Bridgman still hanging with Tyler as James now sticks his nose into this pack here. Philip isn't clear. He is now clear as he falls in front of James. This track can be rough. It's like, okay, well, we picture it as Daytona and Talladega. Well, let's try to redo the same thing. This is what this brings. So you see there, James getting a little tight. Almost slid up in front of George Rincon there. But Philip Bridgman, Tyler Myers. Yep, it sure is. This rough track in my eyes. You see Joe getting out the way. Say, go ahead, you guys were coming way too fast. I don't want no part of it. So, coming to lap 70 of 135. Thursday, like I said before, 200 laps at Texas, so we'll see how well that goes. But Philip Bridgman still hanging strong with the 8. And Tyler Myers. Philip Bridgman isn't going to give any slack to Tyler. As Dion currently sits 1 lap down. As George Rincon there looks to get to the corner of that 78 machine. But can't quite get the oomph to get past him. Currently side by side. As George still attempting to get by Dion. But Schwartz is hanging. Comfortably behind Dion. Oof. As that was a risky move there. As George Rincon about to fall back in line behind Dion there, trying to bring Brian Schwartz up through the pack with them. As Philip Bridgman still hanging strong behind the 8. As James Bryan sitting comfortably P3. He's eventually going to need a friend to go with him on that last lap, if he can. That's why Rincon's hanging out on that outside there. So, waiting to get some help to get by Dion. Don't think it is going to happen, but Kevin Roy hanging back there too. Pacing around. Hoping he can get a pull off of Justin there. Don't think he's going to get that. So 76 of 1, coming to 77 of 135 complete here tonight at Atlanta. As we'll go to our crank it up for another race. Everybody turn them TVs up and enjoy. As we close in on 50 laps to go here tonight. Tyler Myers, Philip Bridgman, James Bryan, Justin Steves, George Rincon, Kevin Roy, and Brian Schwartz are the top 7 on the lead lap. Unfortunately, everybody was a victim changes there early on. But as we said, after tonight, these truck boys are on a 2-week vacation. So they'll be able to rest up for 2 weeks. Unless they run the Xfinity in the Cup. But same thing. That after this whole week, everybody is on a 2-week vacation for Christmas and New Year's. So that is that. But as you see there, Rincon looking to get some pull off of Dion to help Dion get up there. Could use him to play spoiler there. But doesn't want any part of it. So you see there, Joe just gonna stay high and stay out the way. And very unfortunate for Skyler there. Parking it, couldn't maintain pace speed, so he ended up parking it for the night.
Good evening, Brad.
Good evening, Jason. As we see here, Philip Bridgman looking to take the lead away from Tyler. I knew eventually it was going to come, but now we have James sitting P2. Rincon about to take P3 away from Tyler there. But Tyler is hanging strong on the outside of James. Ain't letting James get away easy. That's for sure. As they come to lap 89 of 135. As Philip Bridges. Go ahead.
I said it's been a very exciting night for these boys out here tonight.
No, I'm fully aware of it. Oh. Now my ticker went a little crazy. Oh, there we go. But Philip Bridgman still leading these boys as we come to lap 90 of 135. How these boys out here taking their points, doing what they got to do. And yeah. So you see there, Brian Schwartz ends up going one lap down. But pit stops, I'm sure, are going to be coming up soon. So, as you see there, Dakota gets to the back of Phillip, going to help Phil stay in front of Tyler Myers. Rincon now on the outside with Tyler. Can't quite get the pull that he needs. And James is going to hang strong on that outside, but still gonna try to stick with Phillip there. So as they come to lap 92 of 135. As Tyler Myers gets by as I thought he was. He will lead that lap. As Tyler is going to leave James out to dry. As now he will fall in front of Phillip, but Philip Bridgman is going to go to the outside and pull James with him. I'm going to say the outside lane is where you're going to want to be on that last lap. It seems like that is the lane that caution is out here tonight for the 6th time. As Joe Stipe, something did happen to him. Oof. Not too sure if Robert slid up in front of him, but sixth caution of the night. Lap 95 of 135. Wrapped up in the books here. Not too sure if these boys are done wrecking. Only time will tell. That's Philip Bridgman. Lead the pack down pit road. That will give Dion his lap back and Brian back his lap. As we will watch the race off pit road. Philip Bridgman, James, Tyler. Let's see if we can talk with Mr. Bridgman. Mr. Phil.
Hey, how's it going?
All right. Well, you're hanging strong up there in the front. A lot of carnage early on. Majority of the field, shall we say. How are you feeling out there?
It's been a blast so far. It's been a lot of fun, just kind of cruising. I'm doing the best I can just to maintain it. And, yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I noticed you're hanging strong with Tyler Myers there for quite a hefty few laps there. He was trying to get you loose a few times. I did see that, but you know how to wheel and deal these trucks. So, how's that truck with clean air, and how's that truck being in the pack? Do you feel a difference?
There's not too much of a difference besides the fact, like, when you're up front, you can obviously just go straight full throttle, and being in the back, you're constantly lifting for the person in front of you. But as long as they maintain close to you, like, you usually get quite the run with it.
Yes, sir. And you know, and I know the outside lane is where you're going to want to be on that last lap. Good luck, sir. Hopefully you bring home in victory lane and go get it.
Appreciate it.
No problem, Phil. Good luck. So as we see here, Philip Bridgman is going to lead this field back to green. Slowly but surely closing in on 25 to go. Dion, you see there, Brian Schwartz and Dion are back on the lead lap. Philip is the controlled car. So, green flag is out. Philip Bridgman will try to get the start that he needs, but he's going to carry every momentum shift that there is. But Tyler Myers is still there with Phil, as Justin Steves looking to get his name known there. Driving for CMS, Carter Moore Sanchez Motorsports. Looking to bring home CMS at least a top 5 finish here tonight, as Justin's looking to hang on the quarter of that 8 to slow him down, pull him off of Phil, take every advantage of that side draft to slow those boys down. That is for sure. I see there 35 laps to go. Philip Bridgman, Justin Steves, Tyler Myers, George Rincon, James Bryan, Dion Johnson, Kevin Roy, and Brian Schwartz. Now Dion is back in the picture here tonight, as Justin Steves gets a little snug behind Tyler, but is going to fall back down to the bottom lane to take some draft from Dion to get kind of closer back up to Tyler. But now, as you see, momentum is about to shift from Tyler, as Justin is looking to take third away from him, but does check up. As Richard will stay out of the way to the best that he can. Out there getting as many points as he can. But now Tyler Myers falls back in line with Phillip. But Dion looking to lead a lap here. And he does, as he takes that lap away from Phillip. So he's going to carry Justin Steves with him, Rincon. On that outside, on the bottom, it is Phillip, Tyler, and James. James with a heck of a run, but had to check up a little bit so he didn't plaster the back of that A truck. Of Tyler. As now Dion is going to get the shaft here, as that whole inside lane gets that pole. As you see there, Tyler Myers gives a bump to Phillip. As now Rincon looks to get passed by Brian there. Great run by Brian here tonight. A solid performance for that BKM machine there. Ain't too many of them left, so slowly but surely closing in on 25 to go. as Rincon hanging out on that outside there. Trying to make every lap count. As Brian looks to go to the outside. As he looks to pass them all on his own. But George says no. Schwartz still hanging strong. Ain't comfortable with the side draft. So still going to leave room for Tyler. But Brian isn't going to give him any room to move up. So next time by will be 25 to go. As you see there, him and George get a massive run going into turns 3 and 4. They cross the line to take 25 to go. These drivers should have enough fuel to make it to the end. As you see there, Brian hanging strong on that outside. Bringing George with him. As Ryan Schwartz will be P3 that time. Oh, as Tyler gets tight, almost clips the quarter of George there. That is going to cost Brian some time there for sure. But now Tyler will take that spot back. And try to get caught back up to Rincon there. But Tyler is looking to go with George. As George looks to get by Dion. Now looking to get by James there, as Tyler Myers is going to help him the best that he can without hooking him. Closing in on that 20 to go. As Rincon will lead that lap. Phillip is currently the lone wolf here. And Rincon will get by Phillip Bridgman, but Phillip is still hanging tightly to his inside there. Phillip will take that lap away. Oh, as James gets tight behind Phil. Almost washes up into Tyler Myers. But Tyler is looking to give Rincon a shot to try to get him by Phil. Phil was going to close the hole. But he did not, so that's a good thing because that probably would have been ugly, that's for sure. So 19 to go. See there, that side draft did pull Phil back, which slowed that inside lane back down. But Brian Schwartz getting back up to the pack is looking possibly work with that outside as Dion gets tight there, causes a little upset to the back of that 55, but Dion does lift, so no cars get wrecked, and closing in on 7 to go here. As this battle intensifies for second. As they side draft a lot more and slows those two down. Oh! As James gets a little tight there. Good old Richard. Yeah, I know. Probably should, but I can't tell people what to do with their trucks. So. That's right, but we do have a hell of a battle up here in the front. Not too sure who's going to take third away from who, but Philip has enjoyed this even more with them staying side by side. As George tries to get to the quarter of Phil and take that air off. As Rincon, no, he will not lead that lap. Philip is still going to stay out in the front. As James isn't giving up that second spot too easily. Oh, Dion, no. Yes, sir, I agree. Mr. Gooden, still out there, solid man for hanging it out and getting comfortable with the truck and all that. But we'll go back, we'll watch and see what had happened here from the hood view of this 8. Oh. Everybody got through Richard, so Richard was not the issue. That was a little slip up from James there, so that is that. Very unfortunate for Brian. A great performance here tonight, that is for sure. Oh, Philip Bridgman staying out. That is interesting. Very, very interesting. As Rincon will come out P3. Kevin Roy come out P4. Closing in on 10 laps to go here tonight. I don't know, this is gonna... I don't know. I'm interested to see how this all plays out. Coming in and to this race is a little rough, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting, that's for sure. You see here as they get ready to take the green flag this time. As it seems, it looks like there is a little confusion here. Probably not. So coming at 9 to go. Philip Bridgman, Justin Steves, George Rincon, Kevin Roy, James, Brian Schwartz. As Philip Bridgman keeps it steady, or as Justin Steves keeps it steady with that number 4. Now Rincon looks to go to the outside as James Bryan and George Rincon meet one more time. 8 laps to go here tonight. As Philip Bridgman continues to lead this field to green. As Justin Steves looks to keep strong with that tight-knit pack. Closing in on 6 laps to go. Justin Steves and George Rincon battle it out for P3. As James slips up there. Justin is not clear of Rincon. Rincon is hanging on the quarter of Justin Steves. Coming to 5 laps to go. Oof. As Justin gets tight there, makes contact with Rincon. Rincon keeps her out of the wall. But now that will hang Kevin Roy out a little bit. But is playing safety there. But now Rincon gets back to the quarter of that 51. Coming to 4 laps to go. Closing in on 3. Will James Bryan jump to that outside? As Justin Steve shifts to the outside. Three laps to go as Rincon looks to take second away from James Bryan as Justin Steves and Rincon hang her out there on the outside lane. 2 laps to go. Next time by, they will take the white flag. Who's going to wrap this up? Is Justin going to help the 15? He keeps getting tight on that outside, messing up that run. Final lap here tonight. Oof. Philip Bridgman comes home victorious with Justin Steves and James Bryan. Kevin Roy is probably going to limp her home 4th. Yes, indeed he does. Rincon will settle for P5. What a wild night here. As Philip Bridgman burns it down. As your race winner. Oh, let me get rid of... There we go. As we'll pull up our race results here. As he gets out to celebrate. What a wild run here tonight. Very unfortunate for Kevin. He was running good and that last lap went for the worst. But anyway, we'll come in and pull your race winner in here. Mr. Phillip.
Hey, how's it going?
How is it going?
Just trembling like some type of trembly thing, you know?
Yes, well, that wreck behind you didn't look too good, that's for sure. And I'm sure that is not what you wanted to see either, but fantastic job. You did not get the broadcast curse, so that's always a good thing, at least in my book. You end up punching your ticket into the playoffs, so that is always good with a dub. Your first dub for Bridgman Motorsports. How's that feel?
It feels outstanding. Absolutely amazing. It was great to be a part of this race. There was a lot of clean racing throughout the whole thing. Um, there was some crashes here and there that did occur, but it's bound to happen at Super Speedway. But it was amazing all overall.
Yes, sir, indeed. Why don't you go ahead and give these fans who are watching a thorough rundown of what was going through your head on the start? You and your teammate Zach Deuscher. Unfortunately, Zach Deuscher fell a little bit short, and that is very unfortunate. It looked like he had a very fast truck tonight. You and him were solid, I would say, before those few incidents had occurred. But unfortunately, he did get caught with a black flag, and that had unfortunately ended his race. But besides that, sir, go ahead, explain to these fans what was going through your head on the start. What was your strategy coming into here, and all that other great stuff.
Honestly, the most part was just trying to hold the best line I could, just holding a clean line. The main goal off the start was just to try to get to Zach as soon as I could, and I was just going to try to cruise behind him as long as I could. I felt like we were doing great there from the start, but it was very unfortunate what happened to Zach.
Yes, sir, indeed. Unfortunately, we are off for 2 weeks due to Christmas and New Year, so that's always a good thing. Recoup everybody and give them the time to relax. But now you have 2 other series to try to snag a dub in, so which is always a good thing before we're off for 2 weeks. But hell of a job, Mr. Bridgman. Always awesome to see you out there. Couldn't say nothing but great things about you tonight, which is always fantastic news, at least in my eyes. I do believe, if I can recall, and you can brush me up on this, this is where you won SRU's final race hat, correct?
Yeah, definitely. That was a great one as well.
Yes, sir. Anyway, Phil, why don't you go ahead, give your rundowns and give your thank yous and your loves.
Hell yeah, appreciate Zach Deuscher, the teammate. He's a savage, and looking forward to the upcoming races with him. And Bucker and I, he's a savage as well. Queen Death, obviously a savage. Yeah.
Always is. Those people are great. So.
Oh, guess I should throw in the Niagara Quick Dry.
There you go.
My Aunt Janet's a carpet cleaning company that I've been trying to make schemes for all the series, but been slacking. Hopefully I'll have it on the truck soon.
Absolutely, Phil. Go ahead, go burn it down, go celebrate that victory, and enjoy the 2 weeks off on the trucks to celebrate even more. So look forward to seeing you out there Thursday night for Texas, 200 miles. Awesome job, bud. Great job. Go get it.
Appreciate it. Definitely look forward to being there.
Awesome job, buddy. Philip Bridgman victorious here tonight. That will bring in P2. As we bring in P2, Justin Steves driving for CMS Motorsports. Unfortunately, he was the only one to finish out of that group, but always good to see him do well. Strategy played out in his favor, that is for sure, with hanging back avoiding all the big ones. Justin, you got a copy.
Yes, Brian, I got a copy.
Well, Mr. Steves, a P2 here tonight. Why don't you give us a little walkthrough of what was going through your head on a start? What was your strategy majority of the race, and how was it trying to maneuver through all the big wrecks?
Well, strategy going into the race was just try to sit back and ride because no to 10 of those super speedway tracks tends to be, a lot of wrecks and everything and stuff. So I just try to sit back and ride because, to have a chance to win the race, you had to finish and still have your quick fixes if you still need one, which I still had mine left just in case if there was a wreck to happen on that last restart with 10 to go. Couldn't really get anybody there on that last restart to really work behind me because it seemed like either one of those two, if they would move up or anything, and I would try to go up to go with them, they would dip down to the bottom of the track. But somehow that last lap, both the guys run behind Phil, wrecked, and I was able to sneak on by there and get a second place finish. I say for somehow Phil always ends up being at the front of those plate tracks when it matters, so he deserves that win tonight.
Yes, sir. He ended up holding off majority of the field, so that is good. But Justin, we have 2 weeks off, so enjoy that, rest up. But you do have 200 laps on Thursday at Texas, so we'll see you there. Overall, what did you think of the race tonight?
I thought it was good. Compared to the last time we did a league race there, we had a lot more green flag runs, I think. It seemed like once all the major wrecking and everything got done, it seemed to stay pretty consistent green. Actually, at one point before we had a caution come out, we were actually going to have to pit there towards the end of the race, which I was kind of hoping for to see how it would jumble up the field with a pit strategy. People came in and just took gas only or tires. Occasionally, people get that pit road speeding penalty if they're trying too hard going into pit road, but all in all, it seemed like a pretty good race.
Yes, sir, I would indeed. It was a great one to see from the tower. Anyway, Justin, why don't you go ahead, give your shout-outs and all that other great stuff.
I would like to thank my team, CMS Motorsports, for providing me with a good truck tonight, and also for the whole BNR League for putting on the race tonight.
Awesome job, Justin. Finish strong, P2. Hell of a job. See you out there Thursday. Go celebrate that P2 and go out there and have some fun. Anyway, we will close it out here tonight. I thought it was an awesome race. Different strategies played out, but that's just me. So, once again, I want to thank you guys all coming out here tonight for the BNR Truck Series. We'll see you Thursday at, I do believe it is Texas. And then we're off for 2 weeks there. So, everybody have a safe, oh my goodness, excuse me, safe, blessed night. Lots of love out there. Until then, catch you later.